Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a video on the name of Messiah, the living Elohim. And that name is Yahshua or Yahushua or Yeshua. Those are the three ways that I've heard it pronounced, and so I'm going to go over a few of those in just a moment. But first I want to say Yeshua was not Greek, he was not Latin, he's not German, he's not American, he was none of those. He was a Hebrew, so he'd have a Hebrew name. So when he says something to us like, ask anything in my name, he means the name that he was given in the language of who he was, which was a Hebrew. And again, that was Yeshua, Yahshua, or Yahushua. I've heard lots of arguments out there of a few things that I'd like to cover. And the first one is that he knows my heart. And just want to point it out there that that's great, because he does know our heart. He knows everything about us, every moment, everything before we even do it. So he does know our heart. That is true. But for instance, in life, when you're addressing someone, you use their name when you address them. You're not like, hey you, or hey, or this, or something like that. You actually use their name out of respect. For instance, my name is Nathan, and all of a sudden someone decides to call me Jack or Bob or something disrespectful like Dirt or something. That doesn't show much respect for me. And why wouldn't you have that respect for our Messiah to use his name? So I mean, he's the living Elohim, so you should use his name out of respect and reverence for him. If you're not, then, and you know it, then you're kind of being disrespectful. And the next argument that I've heard is that Jesus or Jesus or Isis or whatever language you speak is the language that you speak, and so that's how it's going to be translated. But I'd like to point out that mythological so-called gods or deities don't have their names changed when they're translated into different languages. They actually still use their names, for instance, like Aphrodite or Zeus or Odin and many others. So why wouldn't we have the reverence to use our Messiah's true name? The last argument is that it doesn't matter, because in early texts he had many names, in other texts he has any other names, like Emmanuel, for instance. And what Emmanuel actually means is El with us, which is the Almighty with us, or God with us. And another from Scripture here is, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Strong El, or Mighty God, Everlasting Father, or Father of Continuity, or Prince of Peace. And that's perfect, and that's great. That's a wonderful text. But those are titles, and those are qualities of the Messiah, not his name. And so, just with respect and reverence to him, we should want to use his name. We should want to come to know him, and we should want to be respectful and use his name. And I'm going to break down a couple of things real quick. Yahushua, that's one way to say that, and that basically translates to Yahweh's salvation, or Yah's salvation, or he saves us. Another one is Yeshua, which actually means salvation, and same thing with Yahshua, that also means Yahweh's salvation. So it's very important to know his name and to use his name, because you might just be calling on someone else. Some of these names of other names that we use today were used for other deities and other gods. And I mean, the qualities are great, and we're going to go into that in the next video. Another way to get to know him and another way to call upon him is to know his qualities, and to know, more importantly, the qualities of Messiah. And so in short, I hope you got something from this video, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. But just more importantly, I encourage you to learn biblical Hebrew and do studying of your own, so you can learn the same names of Messiah and the names of our Almighty Creator Yahweh and Yeshua. Thank you, and be blessed.